Hello world, SirLaurenceNZ here, and today I am casting another game between the Viper and Eddie. This is the final game that I'm casting between these two guys, as they only played 4 games recently, which I picked up on AOC Zone. These games were played on the 30th of December, so pretty much the very end of 2015. So casting these games here on 2016, let's have a great time here as we look at these quote-unquote prehistoric games. Not really. Anyway, so looking at Eddie's map here in the red, we have these deer to the north here, fairly lurable. We have a boar on the outside and some sheep on the outside as well. We have a nice 2-back gold for Eddie here. He should be able to hold out quite nicely as the Spanish, as well as a 3rd-back gold here and no front gold, so quite a nice map for Eddie right there. For the Viper, we have a back gold there, a back gold there, and that's in terms of back golds, and then he has 2 front golds. So he has 1 more gold than Eddie, but he has 2 front golds that are on the outside of his base, which could be debatably worse. We'll see how things are going. But Eddie tends to be quite an aggressive player. Not sure what that thumping is in the background there. Family's probably just doing something, but anyway, there's 2 golds there on the side. Possibly not the best thing, but hey, that extra gold could be the advantage for Viper that he needs to win this game. Or it could be the point that Eddie needs to pressure to allow him to win. But anyway, Eddie just moving back, taking his boar quite nicely here. Should be quite a comfortable boar lure for the Viper. Also, what speed am I on? Okay, I was on the right speed. Okay, so once again, Viper, quite a nice boar lure. Eddie finally didn't have that much decay time on the sheep, so great job, Eddie. Finally getting a good boar lure, and at least timing-wise. I mean, I screw up a lot more boar lures, so not finally. Eddie getting a great boar lure as opposed to a good boar lure. That'll work. Anyway, looks like Viper might be able to steal that sheep, actually. No, not getting the sheep back. Looks like he wasn't wanting to lame, really. Also, Eddie giving the sheep back. Unless he was just too slow. But anyway, Viper needing to get that sheep out of the way. That could definitely cause some awkward things. No, not really. Anyway, getting the sheep nicely under. Well, sorry, getting the boar nicely under. Also, that golf bonus of doing extra damage to the boar coming into play there, allowing Viper to just take a really nice, quick boar lure. Eddie having 2 really nice, tidy boar lures. Not sure about the timing on them, but Viper, I'm pretty sure, nailed his. And both these guys moving to berries quite heavily, actually. Viper having 5 go to the berries and almost sending a 6 to berries by accident. And looks like we have 5 on berries for Eddie as well. Eddie luring this deer using his scout at the moment. Viper luring the deer using his scouts as well. And this looks a lot like the map that Viper did when he was Mans. Like, that deer placement and that mill placement look almost identical. Man, anyway. So yeah, these guys doing their standard build orders. Can't remember if one of them did an extra vill or not. Both of them getting their 2nd lumber camps up now, but I'm guessing, yep, Viper getting it up to the south here, and also leaving the sheep at the bottom. I'm not sure if he's going to be taking that or not. Eddie using the palisades to lure his deer, because lure your deer with palisades is like the new thing of 2016, even though this game was played in 2015. Yep. Anyway, Viper having a little bit of trouble with his deer here. And taking it in slightly far from the town centre, but not a huge deal. It's just going to be a few seconds idle time where it could have been avoided. Anyway, a Viper going up about 20 seconds earlier than Eddie, doing 1 less villager than Eddie. Viper looking to get quite a nice tidy deer lure in here as he will garrison his TC, possibly? No, just straight up attacking the deer right into the town centre. Great deer lure from the Viper. And Eddie just deleting those walls, not deleting his house. Welcome to the stream, got no name. Hey, SirLaurenceNZ /chat. Sup guys, how you doing? Everything's cool. Question mark. Yep, everything is cool. I am just casting the final game between Viper and Eddie. They played these games on the 30th of December, so, you know, this game took me, like, I casted it in a whole different year to when they played it, so, you know, gotta get the 2016 stuff out here. But yeah. Looks like we have a scout scuffle. Not sure who's winning. I think Viper is winning. Yep, Viper just won that battle. Also, I forgot to look at relic placement. Viper has 2 relics inside of his base. We have 1 relic kind of in between the 2 of them. And then we have 2 relics closer to the Viper. So the Viper definitely looking quite strong to get all 5 relics, possibly. It says at the bottom of the stream, got no name. Yeah, I'm not that old, I'm 16. Been playing Age of Empires since 2003, yet I'm still a noob. But yeah, anyway, these guys moving up to the castle age. Viper with about a 25-second-ish advantage, getting a tiny bit of idle time on his TC though. Same with Edie as well, but I think Edie got it slightly better than the Viper. Anyway, both these guys moving up right now, getting their economy researches done, so Bed-Axe and Horse Collar, both going quite well. Let's see. Welcome to the club of noobs then. Yes indeed. Most of us here will be 1600s to 1700s on Steam. But yeah. Ooh, 1400 hype. Yeah, I've gotten up to 1700 on Steam at my best, but I'm kind of about 1650 at the moment. I accidentally lost 13 elo when calling a rematch with someone because my sheep and boar and everything were in a really bad position. So yeah, rip 13 elo. I mean, it was either that or going on to mass berries, which I wasn't too stoked about. Oh, 1400 on Voobly. Okay, okay. Yeah. Man, I need to stop doing that clicking thing. It annoys me and everyone else. Again, but I muted my mic. Anyway, Edie moving up with Siege Workshop as per usual. Also went up using the barracks and stable, while the Viper went up using blacksmith and market. Viper putting up his monastery very close to the back of his base. So definitely going to make it awkward for him to collect stuff, but yeah. A scout from Edie just patrolling around all of these relics here at the front. Viper going to be able to get 2 relics for himself guaranteed from his base. Edie looking to get a quick shot in on the monk, but not quite getting it. So not sure who's going to be getting the relic from here now. I think this is about the point when the game ended up closing last time when I tried to cast this, so hopefully it doesn't do that again, but I kind of did close down Voobly and the game kind of just stopped, so yeah. But anyway, Edie moving in with the Ram, also got some mangonels to support, as well as some monks and some knights, so should be able to do some good damage. Viper putting up a nice house wall as well. In fact, let's check how much housing room he's got. He's got plenty of room, so he shouldn't be getting housed anytime soon, but he's going to have a nice choke point going into his TC, but he doesn't have anything to fight these Rams back, so these Rams could definitely push in against these houses, but it looks like the Viper has got a mangonel out, so he should be able to hold that Ram off. Also, Edie collecting these relics on the right side, while the Viper just falling back, settling for his 2 relics as he lets Edie commit much more into this push. But anyway, Viper now attacking that Ram, and Edie also taking a villager pick with his mangonel. That villager dodging death when it... that villager, man. Man, that villager. Dodging death whenever it was moving on the farm to collect from somewhere else, but sadly it didn't have enough resource at that time to move, and then it took a hurtling boulder to the knee, or the face, whatever you want. Anyway, Viper hasn't lost his mangonel yet, which is good, but Edie definitely going to be putting on some pressure and looking to get that mangonel through the back, almost losing it to the castle. But yeah, Viper looks like he might be losing the Siege Workshop now, which is quite a significant loss for him. It means that he can't replenish his mangonels, and also looks like the mangonel went down to the TC just from a quick garrison from the Viper, and Viper almost getting 2 mangonels with 1 shot. That was a great use of the mangonel. Getting a mangonel, getting a battering ram. That was a brilliant mangonel shot from the Viper. And it looks like the Viper has also gone up to 3 TCs, while Edie has just settled No, not just settled with 3. But yeah, both these guys on 3 TCs. Viper must have just gotten up his TCs sooner, as the Viper has about a 10 villager lead right now, unless Edie let his town center idle. But yeah, Viper moving up. Wait, sorry, not Viper, moving up. Was that converted? I can't remember. I don't think I saw... Yeah, that Mangonel was probably converted. But yeah, Viper definitely looking to be pushed back quite significantly here. Also, no one picking up this last relic yet. And Viper also letting quite a few of his villagers go idle there. Like, let's just check the idle time quickly. Viper just letting that idle time rack up there, but Edie's still having more idle time overall, so not so bad for the Viper. Also getting up another Market and Blacksmith, not sure what that's about, but Viper going up to the Imperial Age now. Yeah, I got converted, okay, good to know. Anyway, Viper losing that town center, and now Viper is only down to 2 TCs, meaning that Edie will now be able to pull ahead in terms of villagers, assuming that the Viper doesn't build more TCs. Which is definitely possible, but Viper throwing up a whole bunch of houses at the moment, as he's been losing too many houses to all of this pressure on the front, and he's actually had quite a severe case of the housing syndrome. But anyway, the Viper, after being housed, should be in an okay position, taking his back golds. He's quite secure with them, and it looks like Eddie is also getting quite good map information from his scout there. Also looking to get converted by the monks of the Viper, but yeah, there we go, just deleting it. Could have done some decent damage to the monks though, but debatable whether it would have actually killed the monk. Anyway, the Viper up to the Imperial Age now, hitting the Imperial Age before Edie even clicked up, and that's going to give Viper access to conscription and trebuchets, allowing him to be able to push stuff back at long range. Edie now clicking up to the Imperial Age and getting his castle up so that he can reply with his own trebuchets to take down the castle of the Viper. And Edie just moving back and trying to take advantage of this map control. Also worth noting, these golds haven't had any gold mined from them yet. It might be a good idea for Edie to just start moving out onto those front golds right now, so that he can start denying it from the Viper. But anyway, the scout from Edie got some good information. Wait, sorry, that's another scout. What am I thinking? Anyway, Eddie's got a lot of monks. He's also the Spanish, so he'll be able to get a lot of monk techs. And we all know that Edie is really, really good with his monks, but so is the Viper. But the Goths, they don't exactly have the best monks. But it looks like... not sure what the Viper's going for. He's got... Oh, I think I know what he's doing. He's going to be making a whole bunch of pikes and skirmishers, and he's going to get well, sorry, not anarchy. What's the tech? Anyway, the tech from the Goths that gets the 50% faster infantry creation, which is actually 100%. That with conscription, he's going to be able to make a lot of pikemen from just like 2 barracks. Like, let's see, just getting all the upgrades now, upgrading them to halberdier, but he's going to be able to get a lot of trash out, and against all of these monks, that's going to be quite effective. And now moving up with bombard cannons, it looks like the Viper actually has quite an effective counter. Got No Name says I'm at 1890 Steam, but that's like 1400 ruby, I guess. Yeah, another Kiwi Kappa. Yeah, this battle didn't go too nicely for Edie, but too nicely for the Viper. It didn't look like he actually did a huge amount of damage. I'm not sure, but was that converted? Can someone let me know if that bombard cannon was converted? But you gotta get a lot of Kiwis and Aussies, you know? Kiwis and Aussies are awesome. Anyway, Edie moving up with the bombard cannon. Going to be doing some good damage to that siege workshop. And the Viper moving up with his trash army now. Going to be looking to kill a few monks and villagers where he can. Also, Edie not getting loom yet. He could definitely lose villagers incredibly quickly while the Viper... Yep, Viper's got the loom. So let's see. Also, skirmishers quite effective counters against conquistadors. Also worth noting, conquistadors, they only do 32 damage over 2 shots, so they aren't going to be able to one-shot the skirmishers, which is quite unfortunate. As well as their quite significant gold cost. Happy New Year from the bottom of the country. Are you from the South Island octagonal? Also, yeah, bombard cannons are kind of a little bit pesky to deal with when you have skirmishers. But it looks like we have a Megadon coming out from Edie. That could definitely do some damage there, but Viper going straight into wide stance. He knows what's coming. Getting some good damage onto that Megadon. However, it's going to be cleaned up from the Conquistadors quite quickly. And a castle coming up from Edie right now. That could be denied if the Viper runs right over there. Does the Viper know it's coming? That is so close. Oh, if the Viper just knew about that. If the Viper just knew about that, that could have been a huge opportunity. But the Viper not knowing about it by 1 tile. That's huge for Edie. It's going to allow him to be able to mass Conquistadors without the Viper even knowing it over there. Man, it's just a great position for the castle. It's also going to secure that gold, that relic, and that stone. Yep, enjoying your New Year octagonal. Also, looks like Edie has his knights on stand ground, just losing 3 knights unnecessarily there. And Viper moving up with his trebuchets. I completely missed that, but Viper getting up a lot of trebuchets, suddenly moving forwards really quickly as this trash is starting to move against the conquistadors and monks. With the trash, Edie's not going to be able to really convert anything of significant value, and those monks are suddenly going to seem almost useless. But Edie, once again, doing the magic that he always does, bringing up a treb, bringing up a Megadon, doing some damage to some trebs. Yeah, that 1 tile. That was so unfortunate for the Viper. But anyway, Viper moving up with, 4 trebs. He's going to be able to take down castles incredibly quickly. As well, worth noting, Viper is using a skirmisher, denying that entire wood line from Edie. And that 1 halberdier almost breaking through the house, and Viper taking the game. That makes the set of games a 4-1 victory for the Viper. Well, sorry, a 4-0 victory for the Viper. Edie probably had his closest game on the first game, but I don't know why, but Edie has definitely thrown a lot of games in this grouping. Like, I feel that Edie definitely had the potential to win some games, but I'm not sure why that happened exactly. But yeah, Viper just steamrolled him once he had that critical mass of units, and with all of those with all of those halberdier, he would be able to just flood Edie with those halberdier, and Edie didn't really have any clean answer against that. And that's just the power of the Goths right there. You need to crush them really quickly before they get too strong, and with 117 villagers, that's kind of a bit too late for Edie. But yeah, that was kind of a steamroll there. Oh, that was kind of steamrolled there. Start didn't look good. Well, didn't look too good, but that fast dump, though, really paid off. Who did a fast dump? Because, or are you meaning how Viper kind of just held off from the castle age and went up to the Imperial age from there? He did do a fast castle and then boomed, but he did, like, he didn't commit to military so hard. Anyway, I forgot to look at the stats. RIP. Anyway, thank you to anyone that is watching the video on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and follow my stream. Goodbye.